Shalom, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, the Wadi Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai. These are the days, minutes, hours leading to the return of the one who the world calls Jesus Christ. Now, what we got going on these past few days and these past few is so-called election day. And you got a lot of people voting and going wild and putting in for these different props and things like that, telling people go vote and things like that. But understand, when you have that spiritual eye, you understand the end game is the end game. And what's the end game? That the Heavenly Father is going to have all of his prophecies that he put out in the scriptures to happen, regardless of if the Democrats are winning or the Republicans are winning, or you got this person that you like. The prophecies are going to prophesy. Isaiah 31 verse 1, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. So you got these different people, they're going out, they're telling people, hey, you got to vote for this, you got to vote for that, you got to do this, you got to do that. This person is going to make sure this happens. We know that Yahweh Shemel Shah is the one who's going to make sure that his prophecy happens. What's his prophet? What are some of the prophecies? World War III. What are some of the prophecies? What are some of the prophecies? The pushing of the R-fighting microchip, which is the mark of the beast. What are some of the prophecies? The breakdown, the collapse of common society. What are some of the prophecies? Natural disasters being so heavily apparent that you're going to have to understand that there's a higher power behind it. You see that with Melissa, Hurricane Melissa, the Melissa situation rummaging Jamaica. It already dropped 28, and it's probably more now. They had I think it was an earthquake in the Philippines or things like that, in Thailand, just dropping people. You're going to see people drop by the thousands in these last days. Isaiah 30 verse 1, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, right? So, these people of the world, they don't cover themselves with the covering of the Heavenly Father. They cover themselves with the covering of of Babylon's system. Here's another thing that they got going on. I went from making $200K a year to using Snap. Here's what I wish people knew about government assistance, right? So you have things like that. You have people like that, people that had it all and don't have it anymore. I worked that job for a year, but it was really stressful. I worked 80-hour weeks and pulled all-nighters a couple of times. It was during the pandemic, so we were still at home. It was isolating. I started to feel my depression and anxiety creep back up, and I knew I had to get rid of it. I couldn't risk my sanity for the sake of money. This is what happens in this society. So these people that get mad at brothers for speaking about a new kingdom to come, which it is coming, whether you like it or whether you don't. But you got to feel silly, because this is what a lot of people go through. And the thing is, it's not just a them problem. Soon it becomes a you problem, because they're going to start coming after different people. When people don't have anything to lose, they lose it all. These people are going to start coming after different people. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shah, you different brothers, you stay protected. And it's not of might, it's about who the Heavenly Father is with. But yeah, these people are struggling. So I expect these coming months, if these things don't get fixed, to see, just a lot of hecticness. Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 16, moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care, and they shall drink water by measure and with astonishment, right? And this is coming soon. This is here, but it's going to be more heavily apparent. You're going to see people, don't eat all that. Don't eat all that. Save some of the chicken. Only eat this amount of chicken. Only eat this amount. I remember some years back, there was some financial situations going on, and they were basically saying eat breakfast food or eat rice and beans, And remember, the way this society is set up, you got to go to him for the want and need of all things. These people don't know about growing their food. Nobody has a bunch of chickens and stuff like that. Everybody's dependent on Walmart, Costco, Target, Winco, etc. for their food. So yeah, it's about to get ill out here. Do your best to stay prayed up. Stay on the side of Yahweh Shemi Shai, because when these things hit, as these things hit now, and as these things hit more and more, the Lord is all we got. So may Yahweh Shemi Shai be with me and with you all as these things are going to continue to further to increase.